This past February, the University of North Carolina at Charlotte was awarded R1 research status by the Carnegie Classification of Institutions of Higher Education. University City Partners congratulates UNC Charlotte on this prestigious honor. We spoke with Vice Chancellor for the Division of Research, John Daniels, about what R1 research status is and what it means for UNC Charlotte, University City, and the surrounding region.
My name is John Daniels, and I'm a professor of civil and environmental engineering, as well as the Vice Chancellor for Research here at UNC Charlotte. This is my 25th year here at the university, and I'm so excited to see this institution come to full stature. An indication of that full stature is our R1 status. R1 is a classification. Universities across the US are classified. There's over 4,000 institutions of higher education. Nearly 3,000 of those are four-year institutions. There are only 187 institutions that have the R1 designation. That is the highest classification for research activity. And Charlotte has achieved that milestone just this past February. So the R1 designation is an indicator of just how much research is going on. And so the metric to achieve that is you have to spend at least $50 million on research. And you have to graduate at least 70 PhDs that are research-based. So in Charlotte's case, we have nearly $100 million in expenditures, and we have more than 150 PhDs that we graduate per year. So we are well in excess of that threshold for R1. We have grown so much. And one way of thinking about this is North Carolina has grown. The city of Charlotte has grown. University City has grown. And we have grown with it together, leveraging the synergies of our corporate partners, our nonprofit partners. All of us working together has led to the success that we now see. And frankly, the R1 designation, as excited as we are about that, is really merely a byproduct of the substantive growth and the investments that we've made together working with our partners. When you go through some of the labs, you'll see things like where we can fabricate chips. You'll see various labs for producing chips and for clean rooms, for example. And you'll see rooms in which we're able to conduct research with lasers. That takes investment. That takes resources to stand that up. And the investments take the form of actual facilities, lab spaces. They take the form of equipment. They take the form of expertise, faculty expertise. It takes the form of undergraduate students, graduate students, postdoctoral researchers. It takes all of that, and it takes intentional investments to bring together a family, as it were, of expertise that can really leverage and harness those resources that you'll be seeing in the lab. So when you think about research productivity, and you think about one of the ways in which we've grown successfully, working with our partners, working with University City, when you think about the university itself, we've really intentionally pulled together expertise under the banner of centers. If you think about most universities are organized by colleges and by departments along disciplinary boundaries, and that's fantastic. In the real world, challenges, problems, opportunities are not so cleanly organized. It often requires expertise from disparate areas, and you need to pull that together under a research center. So UNC Charlotte has been very strategic, very intentional at investing in specific research centers. One of them is CIPHER. CIPHER stands for Computational Intelligence to Predict Health and Environmental Risk. And if you think about the pandemic, or if you think about any sort of bacterial or viral vector, we have the ability to not only understand how these things change, but to make predictions. This is valuable to war fighters on the battlefield. It's certainly, we all experienced what this was like during COVID. And so we have nationally recognized expertise that studies that in CIPHER. Likewise, we have BATCave. BATCave stands for Battery, Complexity, Autonomous Vehicles, and Electrification. BATCave. And in there, we have some of the best minds in the world working on how to make batteries work with more productively, more durably, more resistant to fires, be able to withstand any sort of if you think about batteries that are being used both in commercial applications or on the battlefield, how do we strengthen these batteries for maximum use, maximum lifetime, as well as their environmental impacts? All of that is happening at Batcave. One of Charlotte's strengths is really leaning in to our community, leaning into University City. A broader feature for our area is the Charlotte Douglas International Airport. We have a one-in-a-kind partnership with that airport. The airport represents something like 5% of the entire state of North Carolina's gross domestic product. And if you think about an airport, which by the way is the 7th busiest in the world, it's a living laboratory for which we can study everything, whether it's data, whether it's engineering, whether it's organizational psychology, and everything in between. We have this partnership so that our students and our researchers have access to real data that can have an absolute meaningful impact on aviation. And that's part of our Charlotte Air Institute, Aviation and Innovation Research Institute. So that's several. And of course, we have our Energy Production and Infrastructure Center. We have our Center for Energy Security and Reliability. That has to do with cybersecurity and how that impacts the grid, and so many more. I invite the audience to come to our website and to look at some of the research centers that we have, because if it matters to this region, we're working on it. Manufacturing is vital. It's vital for the country, it's vital for North Carolina, and there is no other institution that has more assets in a field called precision metrology than UNC Charlotte. Precision metrology is the science of measurement. And it's not just measurement like a yardstick or a tape measure. This is measuring things that are very tiny, smaller than the width of a human hair. That turns out to be vital in high performance products, whether it's phones, whether it's cameras, whether it's any sort of advanced technology. You cannot manufacture it unless you can measure it. And we have both the facilities, we also have the faculty, and we have the industry partnerships that really put us on a whole nother level. Where we're here in Grigg, this is the center of activity for our optics and optoelectronics. So if you think about everything from lasers and freeform optics, you know what's fascinating today, and because of the expertise here, when you think about optics, you think about lenses, you think about my glasses, or for example, where you've got a convex or concave surface through which you're passing light, and maybe you're concentrating it, maybe you're magnifying something. Now we have the capability to make a lens of virtually any shape. We're not constrained to that geometry. And the power of that is you can then insert these kinds of optics into all kinds of devices. So a key element that has made UNC Charlotte so successful is its partnership, its rich relationship with University City partners. None of these things occur in a vacuum. So for UNC Charlotte to be successful, it's always been predicated on having excellent partnerships in proximity, right? So yes, we work with companies all across the country, but it is so valuable, and you end up with so much more collaboration and so much more productivity when you can walk down the road or take a 3-minute drive and have meaningful conversations with leaders in the field. So when I think about University City, I think about the University Research Park, and I think about the outstanding companies that are located there. And I think about how well they map to portions of the university. I'll just give you one example. There are many. The Electric Power Research Institute is recognized widely as the world's premier research organization for electricity. Well, UNC Charlotte is the area's premier research university. So for sure, we have absolutely benefited from a strong working relationship with the Electric Power Research Institute. We work on research for them. They serve on our boards. Very excited about strengthening the grid and making it more resilient and making it work with a variety of power sources, including nuclear. Our ability to deliver on that is strengthened phenomenally by our partnership with the Electric Power Research Institute. So whether you're talking about access, whether you're talking about mobility, whether you're talking about positioning to increase the vitality of a work, live, play environment that really defines the University City area, that has strengthened us just remarkably. And it shows, right? Every time we bring prospective students on campus, their parents, corporate partners, they're always amazed at the university and University City and the fact that it all comes together seamlessly. And I'm really excited about this partnership and how it can grow. This is a great moment for UNC Charlotte. It's a greater moment for our partnership with University City Partners. The relationship between University City Partners and UNC Charlotte has been strong, and it gets stronger every day. And the success that we've had is in large measure because of that partnership. The connectivity, the opportunities, the communication. And so this is a time where we celebrate together. We celebrate as a community, we celebrate as a region. And again, our growth and this success, it's not arbitrary. It's to meet the actual needs of our neighbors, our friends. We live in this community, we care about this community. We're a forever institution. University City Partners is a forever organization. And together, we can have real change, positive change for quality of life and everything else for the people who live right here.
University City.